one is for my niggas that I've been with for like, we going on a long time. Dedicate this to y'all, you know. Whoever thought of this, I will always be bliff, be bliff. Whoever thought of this, I will always be bliff.
It's your one and only drama queen here on PNC Drama Radio. Of course, I have another exclusive interview. You know, each and every Friday I always have something exclusive going on here. Today we have another independent. His name is NOETIC. He's from Beacon, New York. He's representing that 845, as he would call it. The Block Fluid Movement is in the house. So we're going to find out what this Block Fluid Movement is, how he's representing. You know, I mean, it's really legit. You know, we have all these New York artists saying that they're the next one to take the torch to the next level. We're going to see if he can do that, all right? So we're going to have a great show, of course, and when you get back, NOETIC from Block Fluid Movement is in the hot seat with your one and only drama queen here on PNC Drama Radio. We'll be right back.
This feels so summertime right here, you know. For my ladies, look. Yo, relax yourself, let your conscience be free. You're now with the Block Fluid Thugger girl, easy. Body looks so sweet, just a temptation that made me bitter. Your Harlem Globe tried throw back like shots of liquor. Eye to eye across the room, I heard your cat drool. The type to force a straight A student to skip school. Candy like love, wanna taste for now or later. Forget the number, let's just slide like alligators. Shoes don't confuse, not meaning to be rude. You should hop in costumes, use that Moulin Rouge. Or your birthday suit could be better. Whichever way, it's whatever. Quick reminder, you ain't getting my cheddar. This dude in a sugar daddy. Jokes making you giggle, cause I got more S's than a bag of Skittles. Never going on a date, I wanna go on the bed. Make me feel baptized when you dump in my head. In your face I can read it, acting like you don't need it. All this my soul in the stroke, NOETIC going for broke for that.
It's Drama Radio here on PNC, and of course, you know, your drama queen. I'm here. I have NOETIC in the hot seat.
Yes, sir.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, you
Fresh
sure?
out of DC. Yeah.
Fresh out of DC. What's going on in DC?
Trying to get my little networking thing out there. You know, doing a couple clubs out there, doing open mic stuff like that.
Okay. So basically, you're on the grind. You're trying to get your name out there.
Yes, sir.
Well, you're in New York now, so I mean, New York is the mecca. I mean, why not just grind out here hard in New York?
Well, right now I had a little situation, so I left New York.
What happened with the situation?
Personal thing.
What, a baby mom situation?
No, never no baby mom.
What happened? Somebody fighting you, following you?
Never
You got stalker?
Nah, just to get more on point, you know, get a little more focused. I was doing a couple things in New York.
Well, you distribution, like not non-Atlantic stuff, but like street distribution? What's going on?
Nah, none of that. Just doing my own thing, you know. That's
all right. I better not see you 125th selling T-shirts and nothing. That's probably his main hustle. Alright. But no, we here because, you know, I do support the up-and-coming independent artists, and we hear about your music right now. So, we just heard Candy Like Love, which obviously is a song for the ladies, right?
Yes,
I mean, it's not for the fellas. You don't have any Candy Like Love for fellas, right?
None of that.
Alright, just making sure. We're making sure we get that out the way early. Alright, so basically, I mean, the hook was kind of interesting. Who was on that hook? I mean, it sounded a little bit like...
Actually, it's not even an artist. Well, actually, it's a sample.
Yeah, it didn't sound...
It's an old Bootsy Collins joint.
Okay, alright, because it sounded a little bit different, a little eccentric.
Yeah, it's different, you know what I mean?
Right.
Try to bring my music different all the time. I don't want it to be the same. I don't want to try to use other artists to get on my songs and stuff like that just to get my name known. I don't want to do that route.
Alright, so are you gonna, I assume you're probably gonna T-paint it once in a while, right?
I did it one time. I'm not.
I know.
I did it one
time. You got that look in your face like, I'm gonna T-paint one song.
Nah, the reason I did it was to show that you can be different with it. I didn't want to do it like trying to mock the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to show people that you can do it and still spit on the track. You know what I mean?
Alright.
Still bring some artistic flavor to it.
Okay. Well, we'll get more into it and we'll see how artistic the flavor you have is, okay? So, let's talk about Block Fluid Movement, because that is definitely something that you're repping very, very hard, right? Yeah. Now, who is Block Fluid Movement? What is Block Fluid Movement, and how did it come together?
Well, the whole Block Fluid is NOETIC, easy money is paper. You got my manager, Big Bo. You got the cameraman, Big Nash. You got my producer, Questo. Then you got my up-and-coming artists, Ed Mix and YG and Sticks. But basically, it started because I was DJing or whatever, and I used to buy like bootleg records from this other DJ right away, and that was Questo, that's my producer or whatever. So I used to come in there and I used to see the MPC and the board and all that stuff. And I was like into the DJing a lot, but I always loved rapping because my pops used to rap back in the day, all that stuff. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna come through, get me a beat together, I'm gonna try to lay something down. I wasn't really into writing music back then. I was just freestyling on beats that I had in the basement, you know what I mean, just joking around and shit. But we got together and we started off as INQ. It wasn't even Black Fluid at first. It was just me and Questo.
Okay.
So then we got to it. I got a couple of my men together. They felt like I was nice and they wanted to be down with the movement or whatever. So then we started the whole Black Fluid thing. And then it just started adding more and more and more people. You know what I mean? It's not just music. It was, we doing business and stuff like that.
What is the criteria for somebody to be on Black Fluid movement? It's like, if you cool with me, you down. I mean, how you have initiation, y'all kick you in the gang. I mean, tell me how you get on Black Fluid movement.
Basically, you gotta earn your spot in Black Fluid. You know what I'm saying? If you work hard, if you gotta work just as hard as the people that you're promoting. You know what I'm saying? Just as much as the artist. If you do that, then you earn your spot. Whether it be just somebody handing out flyers or somebody taking money at the door when we do parties at clubs and stuff like that. But as long as that you're putting your heart into it, and this is what you really want to do. Your loyalty is the main thing that we do.
So how did you get chosen as the artist? I mean, were you, because you said you were a DJ starting off, right? So how did you go from DJ to artist? You started spinning records and realized that I want to rap.
Yeah, basically listening to like Jay-Z, Dave,
right?
They were like, that was my favorite as I was coming up. I felt like their words were words from the same aspect that I was coming from that I really could understand, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I figured I might start writing myself, and I just made it, I put it from my heart just to try to get better and better all the time, you know what I mean? Try to get on the highest level no matter what.
So did somebody co-sign you like, yo, you dope, or were you like, you know what, I feel I'm good, I'm the artist? I mean, how did that work out? Because, I mean, did anybody really, I mean, there's a lot of people will say, you know what, I'm good, I'm great, I'm the next, but did anybody co-sign you, or? Yeah,
actually, one day I was in my crib, it was about, I'd say like 1998, 99, and I was at my house, it was like 7 in the morning, and my pops had just came home from the club, and I hear somebody knocked at the door, and I see like this whole group of people with minks on and shit like that, and I opened the door.
That's a little scary.
I opened the door and it's like Black Rob and his whole crew. So they come in or whatever, so they just start doing anything. And the studio was right around the corner. So my pops told him I spit or whatever. So came to the studio, you know what I mean, 1, 2, 1, 2, I spit it down, they was feeling it.
Right.
We had a little bit of troubles with that whole relationship, so it didn't go as far as I wanted to go.
Well, I mean,
that was when it first started.
Okay, so they heard you spit, basically.
Yeah, they heard me spit.
Okay, but nothing ever came off, meaning like you didn't ever pursue that affiliation or anything. You know, Black Rob, I don't know what he's doing lately. It looks like he's robbing people lately, right? He steal somebody's chain or something. But he's thirsty right now. So. All right, but in any case, let's go back to the music because that's why we're here. So basically, does your team produce your music?
Actually, Questo does most of the production. Then I use my man Nyrel. He's based out of Tree City too, out of Beacon, New York. He's like 18 years old. He's nice though. He's nice on the beats.
All right. And then basically, you know, hearing your music, I mean, is this on a mixtape or is there an upcoming album or anything like that?
Yeah, actually, most of the original songs that I have, we planning on putting it on the Money Dream album. It's called the Money Dream.
Is this a street album or is it official?
It's gonna be like a street album. You know what I mean? Basically, we're promoting ourselves, selling ourselves, distributing ourselves.
Right.
Just to try to get like our buzz out there. We're not really worried about losing this song or whatever just because we think it's a hit or whatever. We feel like we can make more. We have to.
Right.
So if that's what we got to do to get it out there, that's what we're gonna do.
Okay. And I mean, do you consider yourself heavy in the mixtape rotation? I mean, who has hosted any of your mixtapes? You know, DJ.
Actually, I don't know if you know DJ Odyssey. Me and DJ Odyssey did some things. Usually, I go through Questo. A lot of times, these DJs out here, I don't feel like when you give them their money to bullshit, they don't really do it like they're gonna do it for somebody that's like their mans or something.
Right.
Like that. You know what I'm saying? Like putting people on has been difficult out here. To me, it seems like